أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه الأخيار أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We are all welcome once again to today's lesson, and inshallah in today's lesson we are going to read an interesting poem or text that has to do with three notable personalities. Of course, the first, Al-Imam Ali Zain al-Abidin, the grandson of Al-Imam Ali from his son Al-Hussein, Al-Imam Hussein. So, Imam Ali Zain al-Abidin, and then Hisham ibn Abdul Malik, and then Al-Farazdak. Al-Farazdak, of course, very popular in the Arabic literature. Of course, we had seen this poem in the 2021 Ramadan series that we did under the selected Arabic poems playlist, Ramadan 2021. You see Farazdak extols Imam Ali Zain al-Abidin. There are some verses that had been explained there, they wouldn't be here. Of course, you can see that so far the poems we've done, Alqirā-atur-Rāshida, the author, selects some abiyat. He doesn't bring the whole thing. Okay, and so if you could check that one also, you add up some abiyat that wouldn't be seen here. So he says, Ali Zain al-Abidin. He is also titled Ali Sajjad. As I said, the son of Al-Imam Hussein, and then the grandson of Al-Imam Ali, the fourth Khalifa of Islam. Of course, knowing that, you know that this is a very notable person from the noble house of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the text says, لما حج هشام بن عبد الملك في أيام أبيه. Now, Hisham ibn Abdul Malik, this person here, of course, he is Hisham, his father is Abdul Malik. Hisham, in the days of his father's reign, when his father had some authority and his father was notable, and so he was also notable, let's say a prince. When he had done Hajj, went to Kaaba to perform the Hajj ritual, in the days of his father, fi ayyami abihi, bimana in the days of his father's reign, Tafa bil Bayt. Tafa bil Bayt bimana he circumambulated the Kaaba. Al Bayt huna bimana al Kaaba, the Kaaba. So he did circumambulation of the Kaaba bimana he went around it. وجهد أن يصل إلى الحجر الأسود ليستلمه. Jahada bimana he stressed. Ay ta'iba. Ta'iba an yasila. But in the pronunciation, it is jahada. Now, jahada bil ha also has its meaning. Bimana to refuse. Jahada, to refuse. Jahada ma qultu lahu. Bimana he challenged what I said to him. He didn't accept what I said to him. Okay, so this is jahada. Jahada bimana to stress, to tire, okay, to struggle. So when he says wajahada an yasila ila al-hajar al-aswad, he stressed, he tried his best, struggled to reach the al-hajar al-aswad, the black stone. Liyastalimahu. Istalama means to receive, but then istalama in a text like this also means to kiss. To kiss, K-I-S-S. Yastalimahu. So he struggled to reach the black stone so that he will kiss it. So that he will kiss it. فَلَمْ يَقْدِرْ. But he wasn't able. Because of what? The crowd. There are a lot of crowd there. And so what happened? It says, فَنُصِبَ لَهُ كُرْسِيٌّ وَمَعَهُ جَمَاعَةٌ مِنْ أَعْيَانِ الشَّامِ. Nusiba, bimana for something to be set up. When I say nusibat al-khaymatu, bimana the canopy or the tent was set up, was fixed. Okay, so for nusiba lahu kursiyun, a chair was placed for him somewhere. Nusiba lahu kursiyun, a chair was placed for him, for Hisham to sit. Wa ma'ahu jama'atun min a'yan Sham, and he came from Sham, Syria. He came with the a'yan. A'yan, when you say a'yan al-qawm, bimana the notable people among them. So he being the prince, for the lack of a better word, he being the prince then came with an entourage of notable personalities of Sham, Syria. And then he says, إِذْ أَقْبَلَ الْإِمَامُ زَيْنُ الْعَابِدِينَ. إِذْ هنا بمعنى in that وقت. إِذْ هنا بمعنى that time. أي زمنية, ظرف زمنية. ظرف زمني بمعنى showing the time. بمعنى when they set up the chair for him, Imam Ali Zainul Abidin also appeared. This Zainul Abidin, as I've said, is the grandson of Imam Ali through his son Hussein, Al-Imam Hussein, radiyallahu anhum. So when he says, إِذْ أَقْبَلَ الْإِمَامُ زَيْنُ الْعَابِدِينَ, بمعنى Imam Zainul Abidin approached. Imam Zainul Abidin came whilst Hisham bin Abdul Malik was sitting somewhere. It says, وَكَانَ مِنْ أَجْمَلِ النَّاسِ وَجْهًا, describing Zainul Abidin, that he was among the most beautiful people in terms of face. His face was very beautiful. وَأَطْيَبُهُمْ أي وَأَطْيَبِهِمْ عطفا على من أجمل الناس وأطيبهم. وأطيبهم أرجا. Araj is the perfume, scent. Okay, the scent. And he had a very good smell. So he had a very handsome face and a very good smell. فَطَافَ بِالْبَيْتِ. He also did the tawaf around circumambulated Kaaba. فَلَمَّا انْتَهَى إِلَى الْحَجَرِ الْأَسْوَدِ. And when he finished, he reached the Hajar al-Aswad. Now, the word intaha bimana to end, to finish. But intaha also comes with the meaning of to reach. I can say, فَلَمَّا انْتَهَيْتُ إِلَيْهِ, ay bimana, when I got to him or his turn. You say, انتهى البرنامج إلى تقديم الشكر للحاضرين. The program reached the point of, not ended at the point of. You say the program reached the point of. أي انتهى البرنامج إلى تقديم الشكر إلى الحاضرين. بمعنى the program reached the point of giving thanks to appreciation, showing appreciation to those who came. So intaha sometimes mean to reach, not always to end. Or end at, when end at, bimana to reach. It says, فَلَمَّا انْتَهَى إِلَى الْحَجَرِ الْأَسْوَدِ. When Imam Zain al-Abidin, when he got to the Hajar al-Aswad, تَنَحَّى لَهُ النَّاسُ. تَنَحَّى. People parted ways for him. They parted the way. تَنَحَّى بمعنى ذهب هذا جانبا فذهب وذهب هذا أيضا جانبا فصار له طريق حتى يمشي. Okay. So it says, فَلَمَّا انْتَهَى إِلَى الْحَجَرِ الْأَسْوَدِ تَنَحَّى لَهُ النَّاسُ حَتَّى اسْتَلَمَ الْحَجَرَ الْأَسْوَدِ. Till he reached the Hajar al-Aswad and kissed it. He kissed the black stone. فَقَالَ رَجُلٌ مِنْ أَهْلِ الشَّامِ لِهِشَامٍ. One of the men from the people of Sham said to Hisham. He said to the Hisham, because they are sitting. Hisham is a great personality. He was struggling to reach the Hajar al-Aswad. He couldn't. Now this person pops up and everybody opens the way for him to go right and kiss the Hajar al-Aswad. So one man was shocked and he's asking Hisham bin Abdul Malik. Says, Man haza allazi habahu an-nasu hazihi al-hayba. Who is this person that people revere so much? Habahu an-nasu bimana they revere. When somebody has hayba, there are some people when they are walking, there is some countenance on them. There is some glory on them. When you see them, you need to give way. You need to bow your head for them. It automatically pushes you to show them respect. That is the haiba. So Imam Zain al-Abidin had this haiba. So when he says, Man haza alladhi habahu an-nasu hazihi al-haiba. Who is this person that the people have shown reverence, so much reverence to? It says, فَقَالَ Hishamun. And Hisham said, La a'rifuhu. Just like the way I'm saying it. La a'rifuhu. I don't know him. I don't know him. Man, is nobody. But why did Hisham say this? Makhafata. So you can say maf'ulun li ajlihi. Huwa qala la a'rifuhu. Makhafata ay min ajli an yarghaba fihi ahlun nas. Ay min ajli an la yarghaba fihi ahlun nas. Ahlul Sham. So makhafata here bimana in fear of the fact that people of the Sham, the people of Syria, might develop some love for him. So when the man asked Hisham that, who is this? If Hisham had said, this is the Prophet's grandson, this is Imam Ali's grandson, of course, automatically goes to mean this is the Prophet ﷺ relative. And so he just said, La a'rifuhu, for fear that the people of Syria might move to him and show him love. وَكَانَ الْفَرَزْدَقُ حَادِرًا. Farazdak, the poet, one of the top-notch poets of the era, was present. كَانَ الْفَرَزْدَقُ حَادِرًا. Farazdak was present. فَقَالَ, and Farazdak said, أَنَا أَعْرِفُهُ, I know him. If you don't know him, I know him. ثُمَّ اندفع, and then he moved on. فَأَنْشَدَ هَذِهِ الْقَصِيدَةَ الْغَرَّاءَ, and then he said this beautiful poem. The poem is the focus of the day. So Hisham ibn Abdul Malik, in trying to not give Zainul Abidin any reverence, he said, I don't know him. And then here was Farazdak, and Farazdak said, I know him. Let me tell you who he is. That is where the poem begins. So Farazdak moves and say, هذا الذي تعرف البطحاء وطأته. This is the person that Batha identifies his footsteps. Batha bimana is used to refer to a lowland. It's used to refer to the land of Mecca. Mostly when you see it in poems like this, it is referring to the land of Mecca. Okay? Or the land of Medina. These lands of Hijaz. So he says, هذا الذي تعرف البطحاء وطأته. This is the person that the lands of Medina, the lands of Mecca, the land in Mecca there identifies his footsteps. وطأته, his steps. والبيت يعرفه والحل والحرم. And the Bayt, which is Kaaba knows him. والحل, and the Hillu is any other land, the lands around the Haram. So the lands around the Mecca area, all those places are called Hillun. So you can say neighboring lands to the Haram. And then the Haram, so he says that the Hillu, the neighboring lands, they know Zainul Abidin. And then the Haram also knows Zainul Abidin. Basically to tell you, every land knows him. Those coming from afar and those here, they know him. هذا الذي تعرف البطحاء وطأته. This is a person that the lands in Mecca, the ground, identifies his footsteps. والبيت يعرفه والحل والحرم. The Kaaba knows him. Likewise, the neighboring lands to Kaaba. Likewise, the Haram, the masjid area, and the lands of Mecca, everywhere knows him. It says, هذا ابن خير عباد الله كلهم. This is the son of the best of creation all together. So this is the son of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Of course, the grandson is also a son. So he says, هذا ابن خير عباد الله كلهم. This is the son of the best of creation. Ibn خير عباد الله كلهم here refers to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he says, this is the son of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. هذا التقي النقي الطاهر العلم. This pure person, this التقي, pious person, النقي, clean, pure, الطاهر, clean, العلم, and also a leader. Says this person is التقي, he is very pious. النقي, naqi bimana something that has no dirt in it at all. الطاهر, pure. Al-alamu, and then also a leader. Al-alam, see, alam is used for mountain. Alam is used for flag. A flag, F-A-F-A-F-L-A-G. So a flag of a country is alam. Mountains are also referred to alam. Okay, alam is used for something that is an alama. So when he says, هذا التقي النقي الطاهر العلم, the alam here bimana a leader, somebody who is notable among his people. Says, إِذَا رَأَتْهُ قُرَيْشٌ قَالَ قَائِلُهُمْ. If the people of Quraysh see him, one of them will say, قال قائلها إذا رأته قريش قال قائلها. Why is he even using Quraysh? Quraysh is known for generosity. Okay, because when people come for Hajj, the Quraysh people were ahead in feeding the people, in giving them water, in helping them around. So they were known for karam, nobility. They were known for generosity. Okay, so he says, إِذَا رَأَتْهُ قُرَيْشٌ. If these people who are known for karam, they are known for nobility, they are known for generosity, benevolence, if they see Zainul Abidin, قَالَ قَائِلُهَا, their speaker, or the one that speaks among them, will say, إِلَى مَكَارِمِ هَذَا يَنْتَهِي الْكَرَمُ. He says, if you get to the benevolence of Imam Ali Zainul Abidin, all benevolence stops. When Imam Zainul Abidin shows his benevolence, every other benevolence ends. It has to end, because no benevolence compares to his. He was kind, generous. So this is the description here. إِذَا رَأَتْهُ قُرَيْشٌ قَالَ قَائِلُهَا إِلَى مَكَارِمِ هَذَا يَنْتَهِي الْكَرَمُ. He says, يُنْمَى إِلَى ذِرْوَةِ الْعِزِّ الَّتِي قَصُرَتْ أَنْ نَيْلِهَا عَرَبُ الْإِسْلَامِ وَالْعَجَمُ. Now, depending on the text you are reading, you find some disparity here. You find some differences here. Some you find ذِرَ الدِّينِ, some you find ذِرْوَةِ الدِّينِ and stuff like that. But then we are going by our text. When we say the dhirwa of something, that is the apex of the thing. A-P-E-X, or the zenith of the thing. Qimma to shay. Bimana the highest point of that thing. Al-izzu, bimana dignity. Al-izz, dignity. So zirwat al-izzi, bimana the apex of dignity, the highest point of dignity. And then yunma means ay yuntasabu, or yunsabu. Yunsabu, bimana he is related to, he is linked to, or he connects with, or he is at the level of. So when he says yunma ila zirwatil izzi, this person Zainul Abidin, he is at the level of the apex of dignity. He is on the top of it. And this apex of dignity, allati qasurat an nailiha, which the Islam, the Arab people of Islam, and the non-Arab people of Islam, al-ajam, bimana non-Arab. So the wal-ajamu, Arab people of Islam, and then the non-Arab people of Islam, both qasurat an nailiha, both of them haven't been able to reach this level of izz that he has reached. So the Arabs and the non-Arabs alike have not been able to reach the level of dignity that Zainul Abidin is on. That is the yunma ila dhirwatil izzi. Bimana he is at the apex of dignity. And this apex of dignity, allati qasurat an nailiha arab al-islam wal-ajamu, that the Arab Muslims and the non-Arabs alike have not been able to reach up to that level. And then he says, yakadu yumsikuhu irfana rahatihi ruknul hatimi idha ma jaa yastalimu. Yakadu bimana almost, yumsiku from amsaka, to hold, H-O-L-D. Irfana rahatihi, I due to the i'tiraf. Irfana huna bimana by knowing or acknowledgement. Okay. Yakadu yumsikuhu, then you leave this portion. Let me show you how you read this line. You say yakadu yumsikuhu ruknul hatimi irfana rahatihi idha ma jaa yastalimu. Yakadu yumsikuhu ruknul hatimi. Ruknul hatim is a part of Kaaba. When you look at the labeling of Kaaba, you see where they call the al-hatim. Al-hatim is I think they also call it Hajarul Ismail or something like that. It's some semicircular fence, small fence wall around the Kaaba. Some have also said the hatim is the space in between the Maqam Ismail, or is Maqam Ibrahim, and then the Kaaba. Okay, anyways, a part of the Kaaba, Rukn al-Hatim, a part of the Kaaba, yakadu yumsikuhu, almost hold onto him. إِذَا مَا جَاءَ يَسْتَلِمُ, when he comes to kiss the black stone. When Imam Zain al-Abidin comes to kiss the black stone, the parts of Kaaba almost take hold of him. Every one of them wants to touch him. Why? Irfana rahatihi. Irfana rahatihi. Due to their acknowledgement of his benevolence. Due to their acknowledgement of his benevolence, the part of Kaaba, they all try to hold on to him. And then he says, في كفه خيزران ريحه عبق. Of course, kaf is the palm or hand. Khayzuran is the stick. Okay, the stick that you walk with. Particularly is a name given to bamboo. B-A-M-B-O, bamboo. Or any stick at all. Khayzuran. The walking stick. So he used to hold a stick, a walking stick. So he says, في كفه خيزران. In his hand there was a stick. This stick, ريحه عبق. The smell of the stick is perfume. Abikun is sweet scented. Min kaffi arwa'a, in the hands of one with a good heart. When we say somebody is arwa'a or arwa'u, arwa'u, here it is the mudaf ilayhi, but then because it is mamnu' min as-sarf, that is why it is taking fatha. Fi kaffi arwa'a, it is on the wazn af'ala, and so it cannot take the kasra, but then it is mudaf ilayhi. So this, in his hand there is a stick, a rod, a walking stick. This walking stick, it smells like perfume. Rihuhu abikun. And then this stick, min kaffi arwa'a, it is in the hands of one with a good heart or good morals. Arwa'a bimana, somebody whose beauty or bravery amazes people, or somebody with a very beautiful heart. Okay. And then he says, fi arninihi shamamu. Ernin is the higher point of the nose. The plural is aranin. I think that, yeah, aranin. So he says, fi arninihi shamamu. Shamam is you pick it from shummun. Okay. If you look at the border, you see, وراودته الجبال الشم من ذهب عن نفسه فعراها أيما شممي. Okay. Shum is the pride. It's pride. Sometimes used to mean arrogance, but pride, the sense of pride. So when we say shumul aranin, when we say هذا هم shumul aranin, bimana they are a proud people. Who are shumul irnin, bimana he's a proud person. He respects himself. He has dignity. So the bait in full, he says that there is a rod or a walking stick in his hand. This walking stick smells like perfume, and then it is in the hands of, or perfume emanating from the hands of arwa, a person with a good heart, good morals. And then fi irninihi shamamu. Irninihi shamamu, both of this is a dignified person, a person with high respect. See. It says yugdi haya'an wa yugda min mahabatihi. Yugdi from agda. Yugdi agda, bimana to lower your head. To lower your head. You meet somebody or you're talking to your father. In our local cultures here, you don't look eye to eye. You kind of put your head down a bit. That is the igda. It says yugdi haya'an. He, Imam Zain al-Abidin, due to shyness, his head is always down. He puts his face down. And then at the same time, yugda min mahabatihi, due to the dignity on him, due to the glory on him, yugda, people also bow their head when they meet him. He himself puts his head down in shyness, haya'an. He doesn't look around. But then also, yugda min mahabatihi, when he appears, people also put their gaze down. They also put their gaze down due to the reverence for him. And then he says, فَلَا يُكَلَّمُ إِلَّا حِينَ يَبْتَسِمُ. When you see him, due to the glory on him, you can't speak to him right on unless he starts smiling, so that you feel so welcome. Else, you feel threatened. You feel scared when he's in your presence. It is like just the king of today. You go in front of the president, you kind of fumble, or you go in front of a notable king, you fumble. So due to this splendor and magnificence on the person, your spirit is beaten down. So, but then when Imam starts to yabtasimu, when he starts to smile, people feel now the floor has been open. Everybody can now speak to him. Says yugdi haya'an wa yugda min mahabatihi fala yukallamu illa hina yabtasimu. He puts his head down, he casts his gaze down due to shyness. And then also people, when they meet him due to the magnificence or due to the glory on him, they also cast their gaze down. They are not able to speak to him except when he smiles. Says yanshaqu nurul huda. Also this portion, if you have any other text of the poem, you see that it is not nurul huda. Sometimes it is the is it nurul hijab, something, there is a word like that. So zalamul hijab or zulmul hijab, there is something like that instead of nurul huda. But then yanshaqu, inshaqqa bimana to break into parts, for something to pop out. Okay, to crack open or to break open. So it says yanshaqu nurul huda an nuri gurratihi. Gurra is used to refer to the whiteness on the forehead of a horse. When the forehead of a horse has some whiteness, you call it gurra, gurratun. Gurra is also the beginning of everything. So in the human, when we say gurratihi, bimana his forehead. The light of guidance, nurul huda, best open from the light of his forehead. Bimana, when he appears from his forehead, it looks like his forehead best open or cracks open, and then the light of guidance pours forth from there. I want you to get the picture very well. Yanshaqu nurul huda an nuri gurratihi. When he appears like this, his forehead kind of casts some light in such a manner that you feel like the head has been cracked and the light is pouring forth. These are similes. Understand it. People have difficulty in appreciating poetry. They read poetry like any other essay. This is simile. Yanshaqu nurul huda an nuri gurratihi. Kashamsi tanjabu an ishraqiha az-zulamu. Just like the sun. Tanjabu, ay darkness, tanjabu an ishraqihi az-zulamu. Az-zulamu tanjabu an ishraqiha. Darkness goes away when the sun appears. Ishraqiha, the ha here refers to the ash-shams. So in the ishraqi shamsi tanjabu anhu zulam, anha zulam. The darkness goes away when the sun starts to shine or it breaks away. Ayazhabu janiban. Okay. Says munshaqqatun min rasulillahi nab'atuhu. Nab'atuhu bimana asluhu. His root, his asl, is from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Or you say his root sprouts from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, because Imam Zain al-Abidin relates to Imam al-Hussein, al-Imam Hussein, that his father is Imam Ali. Imam Ali also relates to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Okay, so Imam Zain al-Abidin, his asl is from the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, or he relates to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Says tabat anasiruhu. Anasir is the plural of unsur, and when we say unsur, these are some meanings. You can keep them. First of all, race, the race of a person, whether the person is Caucasian, whether the person is African, black African, whether the person is black American, whatever the person is, that is a race. So racism, you say tamyizun unsuri, tamyizun unsuri. So that is the unsur used there, racism. Unsur is also the materials, what something is made up of, the materials of something, the ingredients. So you cook food, أي عناصر استعملتها? What materials did you use? Okay, that is also one. And unsur is also the root of something, the descent of something, where something is coming from. So he says tabat anasuruhu. all the meanings can go. His race is good. His root is good. What he's made up of is good. All of them fit here. Tabat anasuruhu. Walhimu. Himu bimana his character, his self-disposition. Washiyamu also is his character, basically. Ay khulquhu. So tabat anasuruhu, due to the fact that he relates to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tabat anasuruhu. His root is beautiful. What he's made up of is beautiful. And then his character, his self-disposition. Says, وَلَيْسَ قَوْلُكَ مَنْ هَذَا بِضَائِرِهِ الْعُرْبُ تَعْرِفُ مَنْ أَنْكَرْتَ وَالْعَجَمُ. Now pay attention of this. This man haza, when you go back to the text, what happened? Hisham ibn Abdul Malik was asked, Man haza. The man asked him, Man haza الذي هابه الناس هذه الهيبة. And then Hisham said, La a'arifuhu. So the person asked, and then Hisham claimed he doesn't know him. That is inkar. Inkar bimana refutation. So Farazdak responds to the both of them. He says that وَلَيْسَ قَوْلُكَ مَنْ هَذَا بِضَائِرِهِ. You saying man haza does not harm him. You know, this is how it means. There is the president of your country is coming. And then you are standing by the roadside. He's outside walking. Everybody is seeing him and he's jumping. And you are like, who is this? It is an insult. It is kind of degrading. It means you don't know the person. You don't give the person any regards. So the question, man haza, can come innocently when you really do not know the person. But sometimes when a person deserves to be known and you don't know the person and you go, man haza, who is this? It's an insult. So Farazdak responds and says, Laysa qawluka man haza bida'irihi. You saying man haza does not harm him. He Imam Zainul Abidin. It doesn't harm him. Al-urbu ta'arifu man ankarta. The Arabs know whom you've rejected, whom you've refused to know. Al-urbu, the Arab, ta'arifu man ankarta. They know the one that you are claiming you don't know. Hakaza wal-ajamu. And even the non-Arabs know him. So if you don't know him, it is you that have some shortfall. Okay? And he says, Sahlul khaliqati. Sahlul khaliqati bimana akhlaquhu sahla. Layyin al-janib. He is one soft-sided person, an easygoing person. When you say somebody is sahlul khaliqa, bimana is an easygoing person. La tukhsha bawadiruhu. Bawadir is the plural of badira. Badira can be said to be a person's disposition, how a person reacts to incidents. So when you say La tukhsha bawadiruhu bimana, this person's reaction is not feared. If you do something to him that you are thinking, oh, he would draw the sword on you, he will insult you. No, don't be scared. He's easygoing. He will forgive. He knows how to treat people. So La tukhsha sahlul khaliqati la tukhsha bawadiruhu. An easygoing person, his reactions are not feared. Yazinuhu ithnani. Two things decorate him. Yazinuhu ithnani. Two things decorate him. What are the two things? Husnul khalqi. Al-khalq bimana the creation, the physical creation we can see. That is the al-khalq. So husnul khalq bimana is physically beautiful. He is physically handsome. Washiyamu, and also he has good character. He has good innate. So you say beautiful inside out. Okay, ashiyamu bimana what is inside, the character. Okay, what a person is made of. Then he says, Ma qala la qattu illa fi tashawhudihi. Imam Zainul Abidin has never said la. I will explain this. He has never said la. Illa fi tashawhudihi. Except when he is saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. That is when he says la. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. That is what it means here. Illa fi tashawhudihi. That is, Imam Zainul Abidin does not tell anybody no. When you go asking him something, he will give it to you. It is explaining how generous he is. ما قال لا قط أي ما قال لأحد لا قط أو ما قال لا قط لمن جاءه يسأله شيئا. He has never said no to anybody who comes asking him something. except in his tashahhud, when he is doing tashahhud. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Then he uses la. And then he says, لولا التشهد, if not for the tashahhud, the kalimatu shahada, كانت لاؤه نعم. Every la he would say will mean na'am. That is the extent of his benevolence. He will never tell you no. He will give it to you. So if not for the tashahhud, all his la would have been na'am. This brings us to the end of it. As I said, it is Farazdak who said this poem in response to the man who asked Hisham ibn Abdul Malik about Imam Zainul Abidin in a degradable manner. Who is this? And Hisham ibn Abdul Malik said, La a'rifu, and this gave birth to this beautiful poem. If any line is still confusing you, kindly draw my attention to it, or if there is any other line in the other text that you don't understand, kindly draw my attention to it and I will explain it, inshallah. Of course, how you can help yourself is try translating all these things we are doing into English, and then it makes you know if the vocabularies are really sitting well with you. Okay, as usual, we will read through together, and I wish you would also do same at your end. Al-Farazdak goes like, هذا الذي تعرف البطحاء وطأته والبيت يعرفه والحل والحرم هذا ابن خير عباد الله كلهم هذا التقي النقي الطاهر العلم إذا رأته قريش قال قائلها إلى مكارم هذا ينتهي الكرم ينمى إلى ذروة العز التي قصرت عن نيلها عرب الإسلام والعجم يكاد يمسكه عرفان راحته ركن الحطيم إذا ما جاء يستلم في كفه خيزران ريحه عبق من كف أروع في أرنينه شمم يغدي حياء ويغدى من مهابته فلا يكلم إلا حين يبتسم ينشق نور الهدى عن نور غرته كالشمس تنجاب عن إشراقها الظلم منشقة من رسول الله نبعته طابت عناصره والحيم والشيم وليس قولك من هذا بضائره العرب تعرف من أنكرت والعجم سهل الخليقة لا تخشى بوادره يزينه اثنان حسن الخلق والشيم ما قال لا قط إلا في تشهده لولا التشهد كانت لاؤه نعم رضي الله عنهم. Al-Farazdak, this is the Farazdak that said this poem. So till we meet again, have a very good Arabic time. Don't forget to share for others to also benefit, and don't forget to leave a like if the lessons has been beneficial to you. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not yet done so. Till we meet again, have a very good Arabic time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.